Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lakshmi King from NBC Rendezvous, live with Governor Christina Matthews. Good evening, Governor. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Pleasure to meet you, Mrs. King. Thank you for having me.
I'd like to congratulate you on getting past the primaries. Do you feel that you have an easy road ahead of you?
Thank you very much. And no, I still feel like I have a little more work to do. I'm already anticipating the end of the general elections, and I'm ready to serve the country and bring the gold home.
A bit overconfident there, Governor.
Well, I don't see how I got this far without confidence in myself and my supporters.
Well, what do you think your biggest challenge was in the primaries?
Probably gaining support from my home state. California is very democratic, and rounding up Republican supporters was difficult, but not impossible. In the end, they came through.
How about in the general elections? Now that you've gotten past the primaries, what do you suppose you need to do to win?
I think my focus has shifted from my home state to swing states such as Florida, Ohio, Colorado, and Virginia. I also believe that being Republican, it is crucial to differentiate between this administration and the previous Republican administration.
So, are you saying that you don't agree with the policies of the Bush administration?
No, what I mean to say
Do you support the war?
We did.
Did?
We support the war, but we feel that there's no longer need for our troops to remain in Iraq. We plan on pulling out the troops at a fixed rate so that by 2012, all American troops will not be necessary.
So are you saying that you don't agree with the Bush administration?
No, what I mean to say is that
Do you support the war?
We did.
Did.
We support the war, but we feel that there's no longer need for our troops to remain in Iraq. We plan on pulling out the troops at a fixed rate so that by 2012, all American soldiers will be back home.
And you believe that this will help you gain more supporters?
Well, why not? We and the people know that after a period of time, the American troops will not be as necessary on Iraqi soil.
Your son Andrew is in the military and he is in Iraq right now. Did that affect your views on the war?
Although I'm proud that my son is currently serving our country, as a mother, I cannot help but be worried about his safety. I'm sure that many parents across the country would agree with me as well.
You're so close to being president. If you are elected, how do you plan on cleaning up the mess in Washington?
I believe that the first issue that must be addressed is gaining the trust of the people. We have an abundance of federal programs whose actions should be regulated to make sure that they are not redundant or inefficient.
So you think that the federal programs we have now are useless?
Of course not. I just believe that we do not need so many of them. As long as their actions are limited, they will not do any harm.
And how about government spending?
The federal government needs to stop earmarking. All this unnecessary spending will cause tax rates to climb.
But how about in times of war?
War is a time during which we need most of our resources. Therefore, we cannot cut any spending during this time.
I see. We'll be right back after this break.
Bruce, this is Harvey Dent.
Rachel's told me everything about you.
I certainly hope not.
Any psychotic ex-boyfriends I should be aware of?
You have no idea. The Dark Knight, rated PG-13.
Christina Matthews believes in me. Vote for her. I was going to get an abortion, but Christina Matthews showed me the way to proper life.
As a war mother, Christina Matthews is going to bring back my son.
Christina Matthews is my candidate. She is going to be the next president of the United States. With the current economy and the crisis that's going on now, Christina Matthews is going to help turn the economy around by letting the market run free, and we'll be able to have more investments if businesses are able to support themselves, and everything will go back to normal if we just don't do anything and don't insert billions of dollars into the economy that is coming out of our pockets. Christina Matthews is my choice.